We are live. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, we would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash, and a sincere salutations to the hopeful elect, the Tabernacle of David, you Akim, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in all truth, faith, and sincerity, and also a healthy Shalom to the few Aqua that are listening and learning. Lord's willing, today's camp be edifying. All right, so once again, we're out here another day in the last days of America, Babylon the Great, to prophesy against this wicked kingdom. All right, and once again, man, it's so much taking place in the news, man. So much taking place that it's hard to kind of keep up with. All right, hey, but your spiritual weathermen are here, okay, to keep y'all informed of what's going on, man, so y'all can prepare for the doom and the gloom, the many miseries that's about to befall this place. All right, so Baba Kusha, start out with what was it, 1 Thessalonians 5? I believe I asked for.
First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Other One so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right. So we're in the times, all right, that it is plain and evident to see that we're in the last days, the last seconds of the last days, man. Okay, by everything that's befallen this earth. And we're in the time where this present government are bringing about legislation that's more draconian. Okay, taking away you people's rights, taking away your the amendments that govern, you know, this world. Okay, they're basically saying that free speech and hate speech is the exact same thing. Okay, they're putting these two things in the same category to be able to monitor what you can and you cannot say. Okay, and I want to just touch on this article, which didn't make big news in the major news streams like CNN, Fox, or whatever the case may be.
Mainstream media.
Legacy
media.
This comes from the Jerusalem Post, okay? Because we know through his policy, he causes craft to prosper, pertaining to Daniel 8:25. So this is going to show you how Amalek, okay, the chief house of Edom, them so-called small hat, big nose people, okay, use America as a quote-unquote vassal state. Okay, they run America, this corporation, this entity. Okay, so this is from the Jerusalem Post. It reads, U.S. lawmakers from 50 states plant trees in city raided by Hamas on October 7th. So it reads, on Tuesday, September 16th, a huge group of 250 American state legislators gathered in southern Israel for a unique ceremony. Now, this is 250 American lawmakers, okay? All expenses paid trip to Israel to take place in a ceremony, so to speak, okay? I look at it as pledging your oath, okay? And this is the largest delegate of lawmakers ever to take part in this, okay? So it says, on Tuesday, September 16th, a huge group of 250 American legislators gathered in southern Israel for a unique ceremony. They had come to plant trees in Park Ophikum, if I'm pronouncing it right. However, this wasn't a normal tree planting in Israel. There were 50 saplings, one for each state in the American Union. Flags fluttered in the breeze from Hawaii, Arizona, Idaho to Montana, seeing elected officials from all 50 U.S. states planting trees together in our country. Each tree becomes a symbol of love for the land, of the profound connection that unites the U.S. and the state of Israel. Okay, and this is definitely a conflict of interest, man. Okay, you have these lawmakers going over there, 250 American lawmakers going over there. Okay, like I said, all expenses paid. Okay, not by Israel, but by what? You taxpayers. Okay, they're buttering them up to ultimately what? Pass more legislation that's more draconian. All right. Matter of fact, grab that Daniel 8 and 25, Baba Kushal.
This is Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Right, cause crafters profit in his hand through his policy, man. Okay, through his legislation. All right, with the stroke of a pen. Okay, these devils have the power. Okay, to manipulate millions of people's lives. All right, millions of people's lives. All right, and we know that this is going into Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay, but Sleazy E is a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony. All right, through his legislation. Hold that and get me Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right, so those two horns, man, going back to the Roman Empire, okay, the plebeians and the patricians, okay, but now in modern days time, it's the Democrats and the Republicans, all right, that two-party system, okay, there's nothing new under the sun. Sleazy E is a one-trick pony. The things he did in the past, he continues to do to this day. It's sort of like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, all right, you got it, Doc.
Revelation 13 and 11.
Shalakia, yeah, 13 and 11. You got it.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
And it said, like a lamb, okay? And the first thing that came to my mind was Yahweh Shai Mashiach is that lamb. And that's how you people look at these two-party systems. Y'all look at Democrats and Republicans as the parties that's going to be the savior to fix America, to fix this place, all right? But there's only one lamb, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who's going to bring about an everlasting righteousness and peace. Trump won, okay? Trump won, okay? And America was supposed to be made great again, okay? But what? Y'all are in a worse condition as you were in before he became president. So either way it goes, this place is destined to lose. You're destined to fail. You're destined to fail, man. All right? And like a lamb, what is a lamb is peaceful, harmless, and that's how these politicians come at y'all, man. They come at y'all with all the answers. They come at y'all with nothing but smooth things. And you people fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. But what did it say? He spoke as a dragon. He spoke as a dragon. Matter of fact, get me
Can I say something real quick, Baba Kashal?
Yeah, you got it.
I ain't trying to kill your thought, brother. I must need to speak sometimes, brother, if it's allowed. You mentioned in the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. I don't know if you saw that, I think it was Alex Jones. He's comparing Charlie Jerk to Yahweh Shai. Because you were talking about the party system. They're trying to make Charlie Jerk a martyr.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of came to mind.
That's a beautiful point. A beautiful point.
And if you're paying attention to not to get off subject, but if you're paying attention now, all of a sudden they're using Charlie Jerk as a war cry, a rallying cry. They're using Charlie Jerk to so-called recruit troops now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's a major flag they're waving, is that Charlie Jerk thing. You saw what happened with Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, and that's a beautiful point, man, because the deletion of Charlie Kirk did exactly what they wanted it to do, to make him a martyr. All right, to bring about putting shackles on your freedoms, man. They're using this to put shackles on your freedoms, to take freedoms away. All right, to bring about more and more draconian legislation, and you people are eating it up, hook, line, and sinker.
I was watching Gerald Celente. He did a video, and he was going into the Bill of No Rights, because you know they got the Bill of Rights. He said it's the Bill of No Rights. You know.
Con, hold me.
That's it on that, or you wanted some more?
No, we're gonna get more.
Yeah, 'cause you know, I'm following your spirit, but you know, you read in one verse and there's a lot
yeah,
of meat in them chapters.
I'm trying to tie it all in.
You got time, brother. Let the Lord speak. You know.
Con.
Can't say it better than the Lord, but you got the floor.
Yeah. Give me smooth Psalms. I think it's like 55 and 21.
Paraphrase it. What do you want? You want Psalm 55 and 21? What do you?
Yeah. Give me Psalms 55 and 21.
You gotta be take your time, but I ain't interjecting. I ain't cutting you off. You're letting you build. You know. I know I'm usually blibbity blab, but I'm chilling today. 55 and what?
And 21, I believe, because I was going into the point of the Lamb that spake as a dragon. You got it. You got it.
Psalms 55 and 21. Can I start at 20, Baba Kashab?
Yeah, that's fine.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Yeah. Hey, Sleazy E, man. All right. He's put forth his hands against all these nations. Okay, all these nations. This man is causing his allies and his enemies to unite to ultimately come up against this devil. Okay, you got it.
Yeah, going into just 2 quick points. You can look at America. Now America went over there. Trump went over there to England and shit, to Europe, to try to rally the UK. What happened to your major ally in Canada? We right here on the same continent.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They literally right above us.
We're neighbors.
But what's going on? We're literally neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going on with the relations between Canada and the United States right now? These tariffs, it completely divided them. The Canadians feel backstabbed. Not to mention, the brother said your allies, your EU allies feel backstabbed because of these big beautiful bill, these big beautiful tariffs. A lot of trade now is not being done between Canada and the United States. And Canada didn't do nothing to you. You know?
Yeah.
Another example, like the brother was saying, look at what Mike Bibby's doing. Benjamin Netanyahu. All that hell he's bringing into Levant is what? Causing all them Arab nations to come together.
Yeah. Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah.
That's what you got.
Yep.
It. You got it. You got it.
Con.
So again, he hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him, because he is that red horse in Revelation. He came to take peace from the earth. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart.
There you go. Harmless like a lamb, but spake as a dragon. All right, the words of his mouth are smoother than butter, man. All right, and you people always suck up the words of Sleazy E, whether it's a Democrat or Republican. All right?
If I could say real quick, and it's not just going into the Babylonian Edomite, which is America, you know, or these Israeli Edomites, which is Amalek. You could say that applies to good old Gog and Magog, or as Nate, the Canadian prepper, like to say, Gog and Magog. You know?
Yep.
Putin is a goddamn crafty demon too. Aren't we just coming off the back of the Alaska meeting that they had? Didn't they just meet in Alaska? And shit is turning up over there in the Ukraine. You know? he shake Trump's hand and shit, you know? That's
Yeah.
this devil's MO. That's the Edomite MO. As it tells you in Genesis, he's a cunning hunter. He's going into he's a serpent. He's the most subtle beast in the field. That's why I told you in Ecclesiasticus to never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yep.
It tells you, set him not by thee, lest he try to overthrow thee. Beware of him. You know? Like the brother said, he's a one-trick pony.
And that's exactly what's taking place. These Edomites are trying to overthrow each other, man. They're they're warring with one another, man. You know, E always like to point out how, you know, Jake, they call it, you know, quote unquote, black on black crime, and, you know, try to paint us as the villain. But all these major wars, okay, were Edomite versus Edomite, man.
The last 500 years, who's been committing the most violence on the earth?
Mm-hmm.
The Edomite man.
Yep. Hey, he never keep it at home. Habakkuk told you that.
Who's the face of all these wars in the last 500 years?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the face of the World War I, World War II?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the face of the Vietnam War, the war in Iraq, Afghanistan? All these wars in the last 500 years, who waged them?
Oh, man.
And they were all wars over what? Resources.
Khan.
He's the bloody man, the violent man.
Yep. You got it, Op. But was that it on that?
So it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. I always like to say that's how he gets you. His legislation, the fine print, these contracts. Again, going back to what Gerald Celente said, the Bill of No Rights. Because as an American citizen, you ain't got no rights, you got privileges. Privileges are given and they're taken away. Your rights can't be taken away. We have what? God-given rights, you know?
Khan.
But this man gives you privileges. Like driving, for example. Driving is not a right, it's a privilege. That's why when you go down to the DMV, you got to sign that driver's license, sign the paperwork.
Khan.
And the apostles were going into it. The paperwork that you sign is nothing more than what? Contracts, adhesion contracts. The birth certificate, that's an adhesion contract. The contract, you gotta abide by the stipulations.
Mm-hmm.
Or your so-called rights, which are really privileges, will get revoked.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In order to keep your driver's license valid, you gotta obey the laws of the land. Or you incur penalties, or your driver's license will be revoked.
Yep.
Because you don't have rights, you have privileges.
Yeah. Hey, and Sleazy E is making that known. He's showing you that now. And as these measures of these draconian laws continue to increase, you people are going to come to the conclusion that this place is through, and all the rights that your Constitution and these amendments have given you are no longer in existence. You know, if I'm not mistaken, it's Elder Malcolm who always goes into how the Constitution is out the window. It's out the window. And having 250 lawmakers visit Israel is showing you to your face. They're not even hiding it. That's how you know that we're at the end. All right, that this man's skirt has been lifted. And that's how we know that all of this is going to lead ultimately to the demonization of the men of the Lord, and also a famine of the word. All right? Because ultimately, they want to stop free speech, man. They want to stop free speech. Okay? You got it, Op. That was it.
Can I make a point? Going back to having no rights. This is not just in Babylon too, because what you really see happening is they're rolling out the New World Order. It's an agenda. And whose agenda is it? The agenda of the elites. All these nations are really complicit. Everything you see going on is just theater, smoke and mirrors. As I always say, all these nations are just jockeying for who's going to run this new order of the ages, which is going to be a digital system.
Yep.
Where they'll have complete control. As Carl Schwab said, China is the perfect model. Okay, the BRICS and the NATO, they're just fighting for power over who's going to run this new digital system. That's going to be spearheaded by the Charagma, per Revelation 13 and 16, that RFID CHIP, micro CHIP.
Yeah, Khan.
And an example, I say all of that to bring in the news what happened in Vietnam. Was that Vietnam or was that South Korea? I think it was Vietnam, right, where the banks they froze all the bank accounts.
Yeah.
Because the people didn't want to adhere to the biometrics. They didn't have their bank account. If you haven't heard, I think it's Vietnam.
It was Vietnam.
They closed a bunch of I forget, an astronomical amount of bank accounts. They froze them and closed them because their accounts didn't have biometrics linked to their accounts. You know? So you see, you people don't have rights. It's the illusion of freedom. You know?
Khan. Yeah,
you're really all slaves to who? The government. Which we broke down the word government means mind control. And the government worked for the elites.
Yep.
We're all marching to the beat of the elites. And the drums are drumming towards this new world order, a digital system. 84 or 48 or whatever, George Orwell dystopian society, man.
Yeah.
Where you have no freedom of speech, no free thought, you know? Everything is controlled. By who? The government, which is really going to be controlled by the elites. And that's why you see all this chaos being orchestrated. This whole Charlie Jerk situation, that was just to stoke the flames of what? Civil unrest.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're talking about a major terroristic attack is going to hit the shores of America. They've been saying that, but they're saying that now even more. They're anticipating something is going to happen at the Charlie Jerk Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying these Arab nations are about to attack a lot of hospitals. That's what Dabu 77 was going into. They're anticipating an attack on a bunch of soft targets like hospitals. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We see what time it is, man. This devil is coming down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time.
Mm-hmm. And all of this is to justify these draconian measures that they're going to take. Martial law, draconian measures that they're going to take.
The word draconian goes into the word dragon.
Mm-hmm. And
a dragon is known for what? It's cruelty. It's
Yep.
a dragon that's supposed to be wise, but it's also very cruel.
Yep. And all this is going to justify them bringing in martial law, okay? Locking these cities down.
That's why you see the rollout of all these
tanks and
all these military troops. Somebody, I forget who's made it, but somebody made a good point. Why the hell is ICE wearing camouflage fatigues? They patrolling the urban environment. Why they got on camouflage fatigue? Because they're gradualism. They're trying to get you conditioned to seeing military troops on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Facts. So
it was a little bit more on that. I didn't finish.
Khan.
It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
And that also applies to this whole Charlie Jerk situation. Okay, Trump is saying all the right things. Okay, and they're making him as a martyr, but war is in his heart to bring about war upon you people. All right, this is, like I said, this is to justify everything that's about to come down the pipeline. That's going to bring many miseries upon you people. You got it all.
Hence what he did to Jimmy Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
What Jimmy Kimmel said about Charlie Jerk, that was MAGA, that was light, man. That was a light jab, you know.
Light.
And look at the backlash.
Yep.
You know.
And my whole thing about the whole Jimmy Kimmel situation is, obviously we know that Jimmy Kimmel and people that do shows like his, the Late Show, the Tonight Show, they have writers. Okay, 9 out of 10 times they don't just go out there and freelance. They have writers, and then the things that they say has to go before a committee, and they have to pass it. You just can't get on national television and say whatever you want. Okay, but the station, they didn't say nothing about the station getting boycotted. They didn't say nothing about the producers or whoever wrote the joke getting boycotted or getting fired. So it's all a psyop, man. It's all to tug on the hearts and feelings of you people, all right, to get you in an uproar. That's all this is, man. You got it, Doc.
Jimmy Kimmel is a sacrificial lamb. Jimmy Kimmel is a scapegoat that sets the precedent for the crackdown of free speech.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself.
If you see allegedly now ABC, because you know ABC, Disney, they go hand in hand. They removing a star from the Hollywood now, you know, and you're getting a lot of backlash from, you know, from a lot of people, man, a lot of celebrities, especially comedians and stuff. Dave Chappelle, a lot of comedians are talking out, man, because that's what a comedian does.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
they speak on uncomfortable truths.
Yeah.
They make light of things, man. You know.
And just like the brothers.
And again, I thought we had freedom of speech, but I guess certain things are taboo. No.
Yeah, that's exactly
you
what we're
had
learning.
the whole doxing situation. You got whole websites dedicated to tracking down and firing people that spoke out against the Charlie Jerk situation.
Mm-hmm.
So we in perilous times. We at the precipice of the famine of the word.
And that's the whole point of comedy, to like the brother said, to make light of uncomfortable things, man.
The apostles
Such as stereotypes.
The apostles went into the word satire. You know, the whole that's what satire is, and that's a form of comedy, comedic satire.
Mm-hmm.
And satire basically makes fun of politics. You know,
Yeah.
George Carlin. They went into George Carlin. George Carlin's whole shtick was political satire. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's facts.
but we seeing we're entering into a dictatorship. We're entering into a monarchy. Trump is a king, and what the king has the final say so on the court gestures, because that's all these these people are. They're court gestures, clowns, you know.
Yeah.
But in the kingdom, the clown knows not to push not to go too far. You don't talk about the king and the king's wife and the king's affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And old Nero's the king of Babylon.
Yeah.
The cruel Lord spoken about in Isaiah 19.
You get out of pocket and see what happens.
Let me finish this, man. You keep stopping me. Let me finish this, Baba Kashan, so we
Mhm.
can move on. So it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And the war, I gotta stop. The war, I've been holding it. The war is that he really wants to wage is on you tribes. He really wants to focus on the men of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But he has to be crafty, sneaky, subtle. You know, gradually. He's going to encroach on your rights, your liberties, your freedoms. But we know who's at the center of the bullseye, the men of the Lord. And that's when all hell truly is going to break loose, per Amos 8:11 on down.
Mm-hmm.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. That's the point.
Yeah. And 2020 was a test to let them know that you people are ripe for the slaughter. Okay? You're ripe to fall in line, man. It didn't take much for you guys to fall in line, okay, during that snake venom process. Okay?
The pandemic.
Yep, the pandemic. You know,
it was
y'all
all planned.
Yep, y'all talked the big game, but when it would all boil down, all of y'all folded, man.
Everything is a plan. Everything is orchestrated. It's all, the whole world is a theater, and it's the elite stage. Well, it's really Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's stage.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you see is not by chance. It's being orchestrated. There's an agenda, a nefarious agenda behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, exactly. Finish out that Daniel 8:25, Baba Kusha. And then I'll finish out that Revelations 13.
Daniel 8:25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand,
Mm-hmm.
and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
And that's what it's all about, man. He's using peace as a weapon, okay, for his craftiness, okay, his treachery, his deceit.
That I was gonna speak on that.
You got it.
About his words were softer than oil. Got to keep, because that's the hot button topic is Charlie Jerk. Oh, what did they say? It's bigger than Charlie Jerk. No one should have, that there was an atrocity, and it doesn't left or right and this, that, and the third. Sounds good, right? Sounds good. Now, my thing is, how did you twist it? He was assassinated by a young Edomite. Why the hell is Jake the face the #1 problem now? How did that happen? How did we get there? How did that math ain't mathing? See, it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
So they accused of thy brethren. Now, what the hell?
Hey, but
He was an assassin. They say blacks kill blacks, because I was gonna say it when he said that. He was killed by another Edomite.
Yeah.
Now they don't want to take ownership for him. Now he's not a MAGA supporter when his whole family done said they are. Oh, he was an alphabet person. They don't want to take ownership.
Yeah.
And then they twist it back to Jake.
Edomites take credit for everything except for racism, man. Okay, they take credit for everything. And I made a point last camp. As soon as that Charlie Jerk situation happened, the threats to the HBCUs, man.
Exactly. How is Jake the problem?
Exactly.
And you got Edomites online talking shit about him. But they don't care about that. They really got a problem with you tribes.
Yes.
Esau hates his brother Jacob.
Yep.
So again, peace and oil, yeah, he talk a good game, but he really want to come down with great wrath upon you tribes, man. Because he know that he have but a short time. The brother said earlier, this devil's skirt is lifted, man. Over there, them Amalekites, man.
Yep.
They exposed, man. Everybody's onto them.
Con. And
they know they got a short time.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, we pretty much broke down. All right. He spake as a dragon.
It's a little bit more. I didn't finish it.
You got it. We'll finish that out, and then I know you got things that you want to talk about.
Nah, you got the floor, man.
Con.
I get in where I fit in. So it says, and through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He really gonna destroy you with that charagma.
Damn right.
Why? Because it's gonna be we know that's part of the elite's Hegelian dialect. Pressure from above, pressure from below. Order ad chaos. They're orchestrating this chaos. The big beautiful bill, the tariffs. What is the tariff doing? It's disrupting the supply chain. It's causing more layoffs, man. Peace, right? Talking about he should get a Nobel DJ Trump talking about he should get a Nobel Peace Prize. Really? How Sway, when you over there, you done bombed, you done killed another crew of Venezuelans, man.
Yeah.
You doing war crimes just like them Israelis, man. What the fuck you want a Nobel Peace Prize for? And again, going back to your tariffs, that's causing more layoffs, man. I thought you were gonna bring manufacturing back to America.
Yep.
Ain't no fucking corporations coming here, man. On the contrary, the middle class is being eroded even more.
Con. But breaking international law was always a thing that America did. It goes back to, Soleimani, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name, the Iranian general that they assassinated. And now it was the second or third drug boat. I think it had 3 Venezuelans on it that they blew up. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? Whatever happened to your just day in court? They're just
said the Constitution is done away with. There's the Bill of No Rights.
Yeah, it's just open season.
And because we in war times.
Con.
We not in the time of peace.
Yeah.
We're not in the time of delegation and all. We in the time of war. We're in the thick of World War III.
And that's a beautiful point, because ultimately Babylon or America is doing all these things to draw out Venezuela. Because they need that oil. They need the resources of Venezuela, and they're doing everything in their power to find a reason to put troops on the ground.
I was going to say, they ain't got time to be playing games. The empire's falling swiftly.
Come.
The empire's collapsing quickly. They ain't got time to be playing no goddamn games. Operation Warp Speed, you forgot about that?
Hey,
more and more nations are dumping the dollar, man, as we speak. More and more nations are getting rid of U.S. Treasury bonds, man. More and more nations is calling in the debt. And that's causing the dollar to collapse even more, which is leading to inflation. Hyperinflation.
Yeah. Hey, and
The economy's in shambles, man. If you paying attention, the economy's in shambles.
you got these African nations, kicking out France, kicking all these Edomites out of their country. Okay, so they're no longer able to steal resources. So he has nothing else left but to come down with great wrath.
All the Western nations are in shambles, are in a recession. Damn, they're in a depression. Germany, France, UK, America, Canada, all these Western nations are in shambles. Meanwhile, the BRICS nations are on the rise, man.
Yep.
They're getting stronger and stronger. They're making up more and more of the global GDP, gross domestic product.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need you goddamn Babylonians. They don't need the #1 consumer no more. They're doing trade deals within themselves, man.
Yep.
They're circumventing the dollar.
Hey,
And not only are they on one accord monetarily, they're on one accord militarily. While their monetary power is getting stronger, so is their military might.
So they're ready to come up against Babylon, man. All right, hey, let our powers combine, man. On some Captain Planet.
That's why Putin came over here all bold. He went to Alaska. He had that swagger in his walk, smiling in his face. What did he do as soon as he went back with Mahandia, with a dude from India? Shook it. They was all laughing.
Gave him a hug.
Embraced him way more.
Yeah. Hey,
Trump was talking shit about Putin, man.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know what's wrong with him, man. He feeling himself. He feeling strong. The Ben Gay's working with him.
And why wouldn't he? You got it out.
So it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Yeah, man. Hey, at the end of the day, ultimately, no matter what Sleazy E does, man, it ultimately leads to Obadiah 1:18. Okay? That's their lighter end. Okay? The Heavenly Father is gonna allow them to get this digital system, up. I don't know, how much, maybe to 99.9% or 95%. I don't know how much of this digital system he's gonna implement it, but it's gonna be enough to the point where he thinks that he has won. And then ultimately the Heavenly Father is going to rain on this man's parade. And I wanted to touch on the point because the brother said all this leads to the chip. And he brought up the Venezuelan bank closures. So it says Vietnam, Salakia. It says Vietnam State Bank is closing 86 million bank accounts that fail to comply with the new facial biometric authentication requirements by September 1st, 2025. Okay? And we've been telling you that this whole system globally is going digital. We've done countless videos on the central bank digital currency, the CBDC in short. So these are things that you've been warned about, that have been prophesied about by the men of the Lord. Okay? We've said these things before this has even come close to happening. All right? You got it out.
Hence why Trump rolled out that big gold statue holding, what is he holding in his hand? A crypto coin.
Yep. And I want to bring out one more point too, because we're talking about this digital system. This is going into this digital system, ultimately the famine of the word and them controlling free speech. All right, and this was breaking news from Twitter, off of Twitter. It says TikTok U.S. deal finalized. The U.S. app will have its own separate Zionist algorithm. All right. So now you're seeing the real reason for the ban, okay, and this push on getting rid of TikTok. Okay? So it says, TikTok US deal finalized.
Too much truth was coming out of TikTok because it was controlled by China. So Amalek needed to get his grubby hands in there. See, Amalek controlled Facebook through Mark Zuckerberg. He controlled the Meta, you know.
Yep.
He controls. So Facebook is what Facebook and Instagram is Meta, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Amalek. Then you got Twitter, which we know Elon Musk. He took over Twitter. You see?
Mm-hmm.
You see, so it's all about control, as Aaron Russo said. Palantir. Oh, now you see why the government bought up all that Intel stock. You see?
Yep.
He wants to control this digital sector, this
Yep.
digital sphere.
Con.
He wants to control the digital world.
Hey.
Everything's going digital. The real ID, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And during the pandemic, then they try to roll out the digital back. Well, I shouldn't even say that. The digital, you know what?
Yeah.
Passports.
Yeah. Con.
All your information is on that digital, you know.
Yeah. A matter of fact,
Everything's going digital. All roads lead to the Charagma. But in order for it to be fully implemented, they're gonna have to bring in chaos.
yeah.
Because a lot of people knows what this leads to. Control.
Yeah. And over there, okay, over there in the state of those, small hat, big nose people, during the pandemic, they were the first.
Talking about in Stink City.
Yeah. They were the first to come out with those.
Over there in Ashdod, where the bastard dwelleth.
Over there in Ashdod. Exactly. They were the first to come out with those snake venom passports. Okay? You weren't allowed to enter gyms, grocery stores without having that snake venom passport. Okay? They were the first to do it. So like we said, man, 2020 was a testing ground to make sure you people were primed and ready for what's about to come down the pipeline.
That's why he rolled out the great census of 2020.
Yeah.
He went door to door to see where you check your temperature.
How many people in the house? Who? Oh, mom, dad, what? Siblings? Who? Exactly. So I brought all this up. Matter of fact,
I'm holding some Baba Gashal. You can get it.
Con.
I must be allowed to read. Baba
You got
Gashal.
it. You got it.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, because that's what the brother was going into. He said he don't know how long or how much it's going to get rolled out. Enough of it's going to get rolled out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? We ain't concerned with all the intimate details, you know? All we know is we're not going to take that charagma, no matter what. Because the penalty for taking that charagma per Revelation 13 and 16 is death. Per Revelation what? 14 and 9.
14 and 9, con.
You can't repent from that, man. You will be destroyed. And the hour of temptation is going to try the whole world. So it says, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to upset him. So I got two quick precepts. Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yeah, and what is their enterprise? Everything that the brother and I was just discussing.
Simple, New World Order.
Yeah, the New World Order.
He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong.
Yeah, he takes the wise in their own craftiness. Okay? Because Esau is simply digging a pit that the Heavenly Father is going to make him fall into. All right? He's going to slip on his own banana peel that he has set for someone else, which ultimately is you tribes. Okay?
He thinks he's ushering in a new age, which he is, but he doesn't realize that it's going to be the age of Jacob. You know?
Exactly.
Because Esau's the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. In order for he's ushering in his own demise.
Yes.
Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai does not move till what said measure be fulfilled. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, they're bound by the prophecies. And he's forcing this devil's hand. So it says, he disappointed the Job 20, Job 5 and 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And with full understanding, he's gonna enterprise it. He's gonna perform it, but not fully the way he wants to.
Con.
Which I'm gonna get in Job 20. So it says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, because he is very wise. As the Lord said, he's wiser than Daniel. You know, there's nothing you can hide from him. He's accomplished a diligent search, especially with his technology, because knowledge has increased. He got tabs on everybody, man. He knows what you're thinking. He knows where you're going, what you're buying, what you're eating. He can fully monitor you, man. His algorithm can predict your next move, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It says he got all the algorithms monitoring your speech, monitoring everything you post, you know? So it says, and it's only gonna get worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
More and more difficult.
Hey, 'cause it shows you when it's movies with enough information and enough data on a person, you can dictate almost what they're gonna do before they do it. You see that in all these futuristic movies, man, where they knock on somebody's door and arrest them before they even committed the crime.
You see that with all these T attacks, all these domestic terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
What do they end up doing after they commit the act? They go through and scrub their internet history. Everything they've been posting, everything they've been reading, all the websites they've been visiting, and they paint a narrative.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful point. And they always seem to find a manifesto.
So it says, they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. That's how they meet. That's this devil's power, secrecy. That's why they call themselves the illuminated ones, because they believe they got the light and everybody else is in gross darkness. You know?
Yep.
It's only a select few that truly know what's going on behind the scenes. The insiders, you know?
Con.
They even got something called the so-called deep state. You know? The government within the government that really controls everything. The shadow government, you know?
Yep, con.
They say the deep state got a what they call it, exponential government, man. Spending bill, spending, like the U.S. debt. They say that's not the true debt number because of the deep state, you know.
Con.
So it says, they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword. Who's the poor? The remnant of Yasharallah. Because we're the ones that need saving. From who? Our enemies. We got no strength, man. We got no monetary might, no military might. We got no true leaders. No one bemoans us. No one speaks out on our behalf. Look at that Jake that just got hung at the damn college campus, man.
Mm-hmm.
They said no foul play was found, man. How? When his fucking legs were broken, his bones were all broken up, so he hung himself with broken bones and shit? That don't make no goddamn sense. Oh, you heard Colin Kaepernick? He's putting up the money to do an autopsy on that Jake. But I'm like, you don't need to do an autopsy. All you got to look at him.
It shows foul play.
And a college campus, ain't there cameras all around? You know?
Yep.
As the Elder Apostle Hart said, there's something rotten in Denmark, and there's no public outcry.
Con.
And over the years, more and more Jakes been being lynched, man.
Yep.
You had that female Jake that got lynched in Paramore, downtown Orlando. No outcry. Nothing ever came of it. The last, I say, decade, that spirit been back in Esau heavy, lynching Jake, man. Sandra Bland, remember she got lynched in jail?
Yep.
This devil showing its true colors.
Showing its true colors. Hey, Salakia, can you start back from the top? I got just a quick one to back up the point that you had just brought out.
From the top.
Not from the top, but the start of that, where you were just at.
Okay,
because you were saying at night they do something.
Job chapter 5, verse 14. They meet with dark. I started at the top.
No, you can. That's the point.
Let me read the context. Job 5 and 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Mm-hmm. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night.
And right here, this is real quick. This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it.
A good make me think of them. I don't know if y'all heard about that new it's a sports horror film with Marlon Wayans called Him. I haven't seen it yet, but it's getting a lot of bad reviews. A lot of people are saying it didn't make sense and all this shit. Jordan Peele produced it. He didn't direct it, but he produced it. But I liked it from the trailer. I thought it was gonna be. I can't wait to see it. I ain't going to the theaters. You know, I wait for it to come on TV.
Facts.
One of them streaming platforms. But anyway, it's getting a lot of bad reviews. That's because they don't understand what the fuck the movie's about. Jake is completely lost in the sauce. You had a couple reviews that actually explained what it was about. It was about, long story short, Marlon Wayans is the GOAT of the football. Just like Jordan was the GOAT, Kobe, LeBron is the GOAT now. And it's basically, he went through a whole satanic ritual to pass the reins to the new upstart. And not to give the movie away, but at the end of the movie, Marlon Wayans dies because there can only be one GOAT. And, you know, he was getting blood transfusions and shouting, you know, watching what it was about. I knew the movie was going to be good. It's a lot of satanic symbolism. It went over everybody's heads, you know? Mm-hmm. You know, Jordan Peele be doing good movies, man, but that's what the movie's about. How all these athletes are idols, man, you know? And they're all doing the bidding of the elites. Who are the owners? You know, after Marlon Wayans dies, because they have a fight to the death. That's the last, you know, that's how it ends. But basically, Marlon Wayans was grooming the guy to replace him. You know. Mm-hmm. And at the end, after Marlon Wayans died, they say the dude walks out and he's met by the owners, and he's the new GOAT. He's the GOAT now.
The face of the franchise.
Exactly.
I
forgot where it's going with that. Was I reading? You was reading.
No, I was reading.
Read that again.
It triggered something. It says Micah chapter 2.
Oh,
and verse 1.
Iniquity, that's what it was.
Yep. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yeah, you think you could just, you think you make it in this world because you're so talented or because you're so smart, you know? Mm-hmm. It's not about what you know, it's who you know. Mm-hmm. It also, it showed you the grooming process, how they all groomed. And made me think about what the apostles were going into with the, they was going into the kind of, I forget, either Connecticut or Apostle Har and them. They were going into the Skull and Bones, and it was Apostle Har, because Apostle Gabar was like, there's no, they were going to George Carlin. George Carlin was going into college is a scam, mm-hmm. But he was like, there's no intelligent people, no smart people in college, because he was talking about Charlie Jerk. He was debating college kids. Yeah. And Apostle Gabar was like, especially these college kids, they're retards, man. They don't know nothing, mm-hmm. You know. So he was some great debater. You ain't debating nobody. Going campus to campus debating fucking 19, 20, 21-year-olds, man.
Pretty much high schoolers.
GMO babies. Like that's some big feat. Now he's supposed to be the Messiah.
His claim to fame. He debunked high school students.
No, but he was saying they were going into how all the really intelligent people in college, they get recruited by these alumni, Skull and Bone, these secret organizations, mm-hmm. And they come and they work for them. Mm-hmm. And it's a sifting process. That's what the apostle said. It's a sifting. The college is nothing but a sifting process. And I was thinking that's true because I was thinking about him. That's why they go to college. That was the whole thing. They didn't want you to go from high school straight to the pros. Yeah. They want you to go to college so they can sift your ass. So you go through these hazing ritual. You go through it in high school, but not like in college. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful point.
So he's right. Point. College is a sifting for the elites.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, if I'm making sense, that's what the movie Him is about.
It makes perfect sense because it starts earlier, but usually the big handouts start in college, okay? They start giving you little trinkets, You know.
That's when the scouts start coming.
Yep.
Well, they start coming in high school. How good they always got their eye on you.
Exactly.
You know? But they're really seeing if they can control and manipulate you, man.
Yep.
And it's really all like I always mention what happened with the band and Diddy. It's a humiliation ritual. They want to see how thirsty you are.
Yeah.
Like we always say, you notice all the artists were what? Starving artists, man.
Yeah.
That's how you make it after you've been starving. They want to see how desperate you are.
Exactly. You don't just wake up
Samuel
one morning.
Jackson, all of them, all the top celebrities. That's the whole claim to fame. You go to LA, you work in a fucking restaurant for 5, 10, 15 years.
Sleep in your car for about 2 or 3 years.
Little Nasty X. They all were starving.
Exactly.
They want to, because they want to know who they can control, how desperate you are.
Yep.
Because they're gonna put you first and foremost. You're gonna be a puppet, and then they want to see who's gonna keep your mouth. You're gonna keep your mouth closed, man.
Mm-hmm.
So Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, they're all groomed by the elites, man. All these actors, all these politicians. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Facts.
It's all a selection process, and that's what that's going into.
Yep. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds."
These CEOs, the record execs, the damn what do you call them? NFL owners and shit. Jerry Jones or whatever, you know.
Talking about his players' rods and their bodies.
Jerry Jones, right?
Yeah, Jerry Jones.
With who?
Jamie Foxx.
See, it's one big club as what you call it?
George Karl.
George Karl. It's one big club and you're not in it.
Yep. One big club. Unless.
Because you could be a good athlete. You can even make it in the league, but there's levels of things. Just like with masonry. There's 36, it's levels of things. So you could be a good athlete. You can be a good boxer, whatever. But if the money's really come when you get sponsorship.
Yeah. When the machine gets behind you.
Exactly.
Plain and simple. When the machine gets behind you, because you see countless interviews.
That's a good point. The machine.
Yeah.
And that's where the money is. When the machine, what's the machine? The elites.
The elites. You see plenty. My sport is basketball, so you see plenty of athletic players that come into the league, like a J.R. Smith, Isaiah Ryder. You have a ton of them. But the machine doesn't get behind them. And after they retire, they're on all these podcasts telling you this. That players literally go to teams and the coaches say, hey, you're going to get 13 minutes every night.
They run plays.
Yep.
Pass the ball to him. Give him the rock.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Well, I told you, I ain't going to get it, but yeah, I know personally from basketball, college, Nahara. You know, the first Mexican that went to the league. He was groomed, man. I know that personally. You know?
That's how it works. So once again, Nahum 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds."
Because they're going to get you with their fair speech.
Enticing words.
Yeah, you can, you know, but you don't read the fine print. You sign your life away. You make a contract with death.
Yeah. It says, when the morning is light, they practice it. Because
right in front of your face, man. They do all type of satanic rituals. LeBron James doing this shit and the Potter and all this shit. Them all throwing up the threes and all that shit. Wearing the number 6. It's all satanic rituals, man.
Yep. It says they practice it.
Oh, Drake, 6 God.
Yeah.
He be wearing the owl of
The
Molech.
owl. Yep.
They're all fucking satanic witches and warlocks. Even your boy Kyrie Irving. You know?
Yep.
He got the fucking all type of satanic tattoos on him. Remember he had them sneakers. They're all juiced in, man. Oh, going back to the movie Him, and there can only be one GOAT, one tippity top, one top Jake, man. You know?
Yeah.
They only let one rise to the top.
Man, but honestly, you people already know this. Y'all know it. Y'all just don't care. I think it was Lil Nasty X that had the shoe
the Baphomet,
with a certain amount of blood in the air bubble.
The Baphomet sneakers, and then remember he was twerking on Satan.
Yeah, man.
Butt naked at the Grammy. Look at him now. Yahweh Bashim Hawashai is not mocked. Look at him bugging out, running around butt naked in Hollywood.
Yep.
The Lord is not mocked. What a man sowed, that shall he reap. He was sowing folly. Folly came back and bit him in the ass, literally.
Literally. It says when the morning is light, they practice it because
they have whole fucking satanic ceremonies and shit. Look at the Olympics. Remember, they made mockery of the Last Supper. All these Grammy performances and all these they're all satanic rituals, man.
Yep.
Look at the Travis Scott, whatever the fuck his name is.
Concert,
yeah,
ritual.
The Astro World, the Sacred Set. They do all this shit in front of your face, man.
Yeah. Alphabet Last Supper.
Super Bowl performances, all this shit is satanic Illuminati performances, man.
Casting spells, because ultimately they even tell you they do it in these big arenas because they need the people's energy, man. All right, that energy, you know, I don't even know if you ever been to like a large event, like a NBA playoff game or NFL game or baseball. The energy in the building, you can literally feel it.
That's what the movie I can't wait to watch it, man. I might have to bite the bullet and go sit down and watch it. But they said every time, because you know he's putting the dude through hard drills, right?
Right.
Bones and shit, you know, fucking him up and shit. But every time they said he would leave and go watch his highlight film, but they show you he was really just watching the fans praising him, screaming his name, cheering him on. So basically, Damon Wayans was the guy before. He got groomed. He took the other guy's spot, and they all initially loved the sport. That's the theme. They all initially come into loving playing football, love playing basketball. It's for the love of the game, but then you get groomed in, and now it becomes bigger. So it no longer was about the love of the game for Marlon Wayans anymore. He was all about the fans being worshipped, being idolized.
Yeah. He
was getting the high off of it. They even tell you that about performing. It's nothing like going on the stage, because you get a high from it. That's why you're called a fan. The fan is feeding you, you know?
Yeah.
Because energy is contagious.
Yeah.
You walk in a room, you can feel awkward energy, good energy. It's contagious.
It's all frequencies. It's all vibrations, man. You know, you hear the phrase or the saying. It's so the tension was so thick you can cut it with a knife.
They call it channeling. That's what they do. They channel the fans. They channel the audience.
Yep. Hey, that's what Beyonce said. Sasha Fierce. She just channeled her alter ego from the fans.
Yep.
The energy from the fans.
It's all
man.
witchcraft and sorcery.
Man.
That's why you notice the stage is always round. Every time they perform, a stage is always round.
Right.
Always round. Because when you look at Satanism, they always make the pentagram in the circle.
A circle. Yeah.
Because they're witches. The witches and warlocks, you know, that's what it is.
Yeah. Even on Supernatural, they always the circles, man, and the symbolism.
The boxing ring, the octagon, it's all circles. Well, it goes back to the Roman Colosseum, you know.
It makes perfect sense. It says, Salaki. It says. When
you notice you even see some comedians do that now. They'll perform in a fucking circle.
Yeah.
Usually they was on stage. Now they performing in a circle and shit.
You had. I remember when Kevin Hart had reached a certain level, because you know he was small and then he jumped on the scene, and his comedy was a circle, he would just walk around and he could talk to the whole audience.
That's when because you're a high level witch and warlock at that point, because you can command the stage.
Yep.
You gotta have a heavy stage presence to do that.
Yep. That's crazy.
All symbolism.
It says, when the morning is light, it says, matter of fact, let me start at the top. It says, Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning...
Because they're really casting spells on the people, putting demons on the people. You gotta watch that documentary on the Astro World, man. You have to watch it, brother. On Netflix, it's very good, and it showed when the account from the people, man. They felt drained. They couldn't breathe. You could see they were channeling them. It goes in depth in that, man. You know.
It says
the way the whole stage was set up, how they were funneling the people in.
Yeah.
It went in depth on how it was orchestrated. It was a they call it a kill box. The way the whole thing, I ain't gonna get. You gotta watch it for yourself. It was very. Even the security guard was like anybody that dealt with it. And remember, that was the Rock Nation that did that.
Con.
You know,
I'm gonna check it out today.
It was a major satanic ritual, man.
Just to make a note.
Even Travis Scott, they had when he entered the concert, you had to walk through his head. It was a big head of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you walk through his mouth, and then he had the fucking Medusa. He had the braids were like Medusa, you know?
Yeah, I saw that from like clips of it.
It was very
It was like
good,
a big
man.
old opening that they had to walk through.
Very good, man. Very, very good, man.
Yeah, it's locked in. I'm gonna check it out today. It says
But again, they're witches and warlocks, and they're putting spells on the people. And they use these entertainers, these celebrities, because you idolize them, you worship them, you make them gods, which they're made gods by what? The elites.
Con.
They're nobodies.
Con.
But the machine gets behind them, and now they're gods. You know?
Hey, so much so, if I'm not mistaken, that's what the whole premise around the show American Gods was. The older gods, the people were losing interest on them, so it was draining
Stop
their
worshiping them. Yep.
Yeah, they stopped worshiping them, so it took away their power, so to speak, man. So it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands.
So again, they put it right in front of your face. They put it in your commercials. They put it in your movies. They put it. You're wearing it all. You know. You're wearing satanic symbolism all on you. You know. It's all around you.
Your cartoons.
You driving. Your vehicle. It's everywhere. You can't escape it.
Mm-hmm. Can't escape it. You got it.
You're taking their pharmakia, their drugs, which these modern medicine just suppresses. Yawako was going to that. Your modern medicine just suppresses the spirit. All these uppers and downers, they're suppressing the spirit. Like the jabs. Remember the brothers were going into how they felt like the God gene, they killed the God gene. They felt like the spirit left them. That's witchcraft.
So between the pharmakia.
That's why the ambulance has the serpent and the staff.
Yeah. Yeah. Between their pharmakia and all the spells they're putting on you people, y'all are bugged the hell out, man.
Hence why you go to the doctor, they always taking your goddamn blood.
But that's why the scripture says no enchantment shall work against Jacob, roughly paraphrasing, man. Because it's no way to, like the brother was saying, it's everywhere. It's nowhere. You can't escape it.
Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges, if not wherein, who is he?
Yep. You got it.
So one more, and then you got it back.
He's back on that Job.
Let me finish. So it says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform the enterprise. He take up the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But meaning, again, the same wickedness they doing at night, they carry it out in the daytime like it was nighttime. They do it in the open.
Yep.
So it says, but he saveth the poor from the sword, because that's what that's what the whole thing, their whole play is to destroy you. But they want to, instead, they don't want a quick death, they want a slow death, going into the medicines. There's no money in the cure.
Yep.
They want you to, they're the pushing man. They want you to keep coming back. They want to kill you off slowly. They want you to be lifetime addicts.
Yep.
Stuck on you gotta stay taking cholesterol medicine, you know?
Yeah.
Or blood pressure medicine and all this other shit. Your diet, your insulin. Instead of, the solution is what? Fixing your diet.
Yep.
Why don't you get to the root problem, the cause? Stop eating processed food, you know, sugary foods and shit. Exercise.
Yeah. Go on a fast. Yeah.
Pray. But there's no solution in there. There's no money in
There's
that.
no money. Yeah.
They want you to keep coming back. Keep running to Walgreens. Keep running to CVS.
And they literally.
It's a big circle, all profit. You got the insurance company profiting, the pharmacist profiting, the doctors profiting. You know?
Yeah, and the funny thing is, they tell you that all these people that die of heart attack was on blood pressure medicine. They were on the medicine that was supposed to stop the
All the
stop
medicine,
the heart attack
every
from happening.
medicine has adverse effects, man.
Oh man, man. And I heard this doctor say,
And, Slock, a lot of the effects cause death.
yeah,
Leaky anus, destroys your liver, destroys your kidney, you know?
yeah.
May
Hey,
cause death.
I heard a doctor say that the blood pressure medicine that people are prescribed by doctors, all it does is make it so that if you get tested, if you test your blood pressure, it's gonna say that your blood pressure is within levels, but ultimately it doesn't stop the problem. Okay, it just gives you like a false negative, so to speak, if I'm making any sense. So it's absolutely not doing anything, man.
Like they talk about the shit with AIDS, the AIDS medicine now. You don't test positive anymore.
You don't, yeah, you don't.
Take, I don't know what the
Exactly.
fuck that shit is called.
Exactly.
I don't know what the hell they call it.
Exactly. You still got the symptoms, okay, but you test negative. What is that? To fool your partner?
It's
So
all-
if they get it,
But that's the witchcraft.
this place is
Deceit.
fucking. God damn, this place has to go.
So it says, but he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Because again, we got no might. You know, we the ones that need saving.
Con.
And who's gonna save us? Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Hence his name. He saves, he delivers. And he's coming back to save and deliver his people from who? Our enemies. Who's our enemies? All these 17 heathen nations. And at the top of the list are you Edomites. And you all gonna pay. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Because you know his mouth, the accuser of thy brethren. You're gonna be cast down.
Yep.
So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. That's the point.
Con. I got two.
One more. Let me. Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? The Esau ain't been ruling for that long. You know, it's been a short season. It says, though his excellency, and look at the decline of his empire within the last 20 years, man.
Each one's worse than the next. Con.
His empire is collapsing quickly, man. You know? We always talk about it sometimes, from the 60s to the 70s to the 70s to the 80s. Each decade is unrecognizable from the next, man. I'm an 80s baby, so from the 80s, I was born in the late 80s, so my memory of the 80s from the 90s to the 2000s to whatever the fuck we in now, the millennial, whatever the fuck we in now, it's unrecognizable.
Facts.
The people are unrecognizable. The children are unrecognizable. It's a complete different world.
Yeah. Completely different.
Music changed. Everything changed. The music changed. The vibration of the music. The message changed. The movies. Everything changed.
And not for the better. We always go into how an empire, lasts, an average of 250 years. And that next year, 2026, man, if I'm not mistaken, gonna be America's 250th year.
Trump's supposed to be doing a celebration or something, throwing a big whatever.
Yeah, you got it.
Though his excellency mount up to the Job 20 and 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, yeah, his empire, his whole world, he got space satellites,
Yes.
His reach is far, man.
Yeah.
He can't go past the what they call it?
Van Allen belt.
Van Allen belt, but he up there in the atmosphere.
Yeah. Lower orbit.
He up there in the firmament,
Yep.
Lower orbit, that's what it's called. He's he can't go to the depths of the ocean, but he down there,
Mm-hmm. You can't see Leviathan.
So I believe he sees his ass. He can't control him.
God.
I believe that's what's in the fucking Bermuda Triangle.
It definitely would make sense.
That's what probably sunk the Titanic. So it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man, that's what popped that fucking Made that fucking ship, that submarine in Poe when he went down to see the Titanic. So it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Every empire rose and fell. No empire lasted forever. You know? The only empire the only kingdom empire that's gonna be forever is Yahushai's kingdom. You know? And that's by default the kingdom of Yasharallah. We're joint heirs with Yahushai HaMashiach.
Khan.
So it says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Because this is going to be like a bad dream, man, like a nightmare that we tell our children in the kingdom. Esau Edom going to go back to being the base man that he is. On the bottom.
Yep.
His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. From his inception. Going way back to Alexander the Great. You know? His sins, the rust, the witness against him. How he's acquired his empire, his kingdoms.
Yeah.
How he's ran his kingdoms. Through deceit, through witchcraft, through sorcery, through violence.
By multiplying evils on the earth, man.
Turning everything upside down. Xing out the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Saying there is no God. Saying that he's a God. You know? Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, yeah, he act like he changed, man. He not that same devil that was lynching you and feeding your children the gator bait, using your children as gator bait, buck breaking the men, raping our women, you know, raping our children. It's the same devil. He ain't changed. The same old D.
Facts. Facts.
Though he's DJ Trump, same devil that was talking shit about the Central Park 5. You know?
Yeah.
He the same demon, the same slumlord. Oh, they always praising Trump. Somebody, I got this from somebody. How the hell you gonna praise a man that fucking went bankrupt on a casino? A casino, the house always wins.
Yeah.
You gotta be a real fucking retard, reprobate, to bankrupt a goddamn casino.
That's what I thought. I thought the house always won.
And you got it's ran by machines. So you gotta be a real piece of shit to run a goddamn casino into the ground.
Oh man. Hey, listen, I don't know what to say about that.
But he's the president that makes deals. Hey, Mr. Wayne Brady.
Khan.
So it says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth.
Hey, it says he hides wickedness under his tongue. The first thing that just made me think about is when Trump just visited that historic black museum, man. All right? They showed his first visit and compared it to his second visit. The first visit, he praised it.
He lorded it, yep.
Yeah. Like, oh, I could spend forever in there.
Smithsonian. He said, now it's too much slavery. It's too much truth coming out on this devil.
Exactly. It's too much damn truth.
It's a black eye on him.
So that devil, he hide his...
It's shameful spewing on his glory.
Khan. He hideth wickedness under his tongue, man. He hides it. Y'all listen to all the sweet things. You got it all.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna emancipate the slaves.
Yep.
Bullshit. He just transferred ownership. You became instead of property of the average Edomite plantation owner, you became property of the U.S. government.
Yep.
And they put adhesion contracts on everybody, birth certificates, social security numbers, which is all what dockets to track your ass.
Yep. And goes to show, man, you poor middle class Edomites is just the same as Jake and the rest of the tribes in the eyes of the elites and the oligarchs.
They come into that realization now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We all on the same goddamn boat,
Yep.
and it's being steered by the government, mind control.
Mm-hmm.
It's being steered by the elites.
Con.
Your whole path is being led to fulfill the elites' wet dreams.
Yeah. That's why some of these Edomites are like, oh, let's come together, brother.
You
Let's-
feed your goddamn children to their systems, their traps.
Mm-hmm.
Generation after generation, you feed them to their war machine.
Yep.
You know, to their industrial food complex.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you buy into their monetary system, their trap. They got you playing with monopoly money. You know,
Yep.
your whole life is being controlled. But you think you's free. You's a slave, man. We all slaves to the elites, to the owners, to the corporations.
You've seen the movie The Matrix. Everybody's a slave to the Matrix, except the few that escape it, man.
Copper tops,
Con.
batteries,
Yep. The only ones that escape are the elect. That's the only ones that
cogs
escape.
in the machine.
Con.
And we're still in the goddamn matrix. We're still in the machine for the time being.
Yep. Only difference is that
Told
we
you
know
how-
that we're in the machine.
We just unplugged.
Yep.
We can come in and out of the matrix as we please.
Mm-hmm.
Our eyes are open.
We see the code, so to speak.
Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asp within him. That's the main point. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Going back to the point, full circle about the crafty enterprise. The
Mhm.
brother said he don't know how long or this, that, and the third. It doesn't matter. All the wealth he's acquired, all the riches he's acquired, you know, he gonna roll out his new world order. But as I'm reading, the Lord gonna disappoint his ass. He gonna give everything up, vomit everything back up. You know,
Con.
he ain't gonna get to fulfill everything fully. So it says, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. And we always go into when you vomit, it's involuntary. You can't control it. You can't stop it. You know?
Yeah.
And it's a violent act. It's not smooth and pretty. It's a horrific that's what the Lord is coming to upset him. He gonna piss his pants. He gonna poop his panties. He gonna poop his Victoria's Secrets. You know that's what he's wearing.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna poop his skinny jeans, his leggings, his Lululemons. You know? You know? He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly.
Mm-hmm.
He shall suck the poison of asp, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. It ain't gonna be no golden age. You ain't building back better. You ain't making America great again. Or Elder Malcolm says Mawa, make America white again.
Mm-hmm.
I call it Massa.
Massa.
So it says, that which he labored for shall he restore,
Mm-hmm.
and he shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. He gonna kick himself. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not, surely he will not feel quietness in his belly.
Con.
He shall not save of that which he desired.
Yeah, because y'all are quick. Y'all Edomites are quick to say when somebody said tells y'all, hey, y'all stole this land. Y'all quick to say it was conquered. It was conquered. No, it was stolen. It was stolen.
You're right, it was conquered.
Mhm.
But guess what? The conqueror is coming. The destroyer of the Gentiles is coming. And you finna be conquered.
Better you than us. Better you than us.
The king of terrors is on his way. Because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor. Yeah, he speaks wickedly concerning oppression. Look at the homeless people, man. He's talking about throwing them in mental institutions. He's talking about locking them up. You know?
What did he say? Injection? Or,
Oh, yeah, he's talking
Yeah,
about
the guy.
control, alt, deleting them.
Yeah.
You know?
On national
involuntary
television.
euthanasia.
Yep.
Because what? You're useless eaters.
Because
you're no longer a cog in the machine. They can't use you. You know, you're not in the system.
Yeah.
You got no purpose.
Yeah. Hey,
You ain't feeding the machine.
you're absolutely. He's absolutely right. The majority of homeless people are off the grid, man. They're off the grid. They're not going to be tied down to this new system.
They're not feeding your corporations.
Yep.
You know, they're not feeding they don't go to the hospital and shit.
Yep.
They're the demolition man. They're the ones that was
Living in the tunnels.
eating rats and rat burgers.
Yep. That's exactly who they are.
So it says, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken violent. That's how he got everything, through violence, through the sword.
Yep.
Hey, you call them conquered, yeah, conquistadors. Hey,
God.
Wakanda call you the colonizer.
The
My
colonizer.
favorite colonizer.
Planet of the Apes. What they call them in Planet of the Apes?
Harbinger of death.
The harbinger of death.
Because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Because who built this house? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
Hey, Salakia. It say you took away a house that you built it not. Hey, and the elect are likened to spiritual bricks. Okay? The elect make up the house the Salakia. That in Revelations when it saw Zion coming from heaven, New Jerusalem, roughly paraphrasing, was speaking of the tribes, man.
The tribes of what? The tabernacle of
The
David.
tabernacle of David, which was stolen, man, and was scattered abroad. To the brother's point, you got it, Salakia.
And even more, that's what he did to the man. That's why he got the man out of the house.
Yep.
So that he could build a house.
Con.
You know? Who became the new daddy, the governor? You know?
Facts. Beautiful.
So it says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
Mm-hmm.
There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Mm-hmm.
In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. And the word strait is S-T-R-A-I-T-S, which is a position of difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
And like a strait, like the Strait of Gibraltar, it's a narrow passage of water.
Mm-hmm.
So this devil finna fall upon hard times. He in hard times, man.
Yeah.
They losing their jobs. They being hated, you know. More and more Jake waking up to the truth, calling them Edomites on social media. All in the comment section calling them Edom, Esau, you know.
Yeah.
More and more Jake waking up to the true identity of the Messiah. He not some sodomite white dude with fucking blonde hair, blue eyes, effeminate.
Yep.
He's an austere and angry black man. More and more people waking up.
Yep.
So it says, and that's Esau's worst nightmare. That's what the Lord said, this truth shall set you free. You know?
Mm-hmm.
We don't no longer trust in this system.
Con.
So we all were born into the matrix, so we all believed in the system. We all thought if we just were good old boys, good slaves, kept our nose clean, our head down, worked hard, you know,
We
if we dreamed it, we could achieve it. But what did we find out earlier? It's not what you know, it's who you know.
God.
It's all about connections. That's how this world is made. That's why you go to college, for the connections. That's why you join a sorority for the connections. You know?
No, you're 100% right.
Wondering why you get passed over on the goddamn job. Because you're not part of the club. that position is reserved for my cousin, my brother-in-law, you know? my frat brother, you know? You're going to stay being a low-level slave, you know? And we're going to keep giving you trinkets, you know?
Con.
George Carlin, he was going into how these people so stupid, right? Like in college, you get a fucking award for not missing any days of school. Perfect attendance. What you gonna do with that perfect attendance award? You know?
Oh man.
What that's gonna do? What is that gonna do for you in the free world?
Oh man.
I was on the dean's list. Honor roll.
Worthless.
What's that gonna do for you in the real world? You know what you're gonna find out when you come out of this fool system? With all your goddamn degrees and all your debt? You know what the real world values? Experience.
That's exactly what the real world
Because
values.
it's all a trap. You know?
You're absolutely right.
Again, that's what a system is. A system is a trap. A system was designed. And you never going to get out that trap. You're going to stay a rat in the maze looking for the cheese. As soon as you get the cheese, they're going to redesign the maze all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Or put you back at the starting place. So it says, Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Again, that's a position of difficulty. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And the word wicked in the Hebrew is laborers. And that's what you see happening. Everybody's turning on this devil. Everybody's onto him.
Yep.
When he is about to fill his belly, God, Yahweh, shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Yeah, when he's sitting back enjoying his new world order, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua gonna upset him. He gonna visit him.
You're damn right he is. And to the brother's point, people online calling them Edomites, calling them Esau. This word is spreading, and the people are no longer falling for his pseudosciences, okay, and all the things that he's been preaching and forcing down their throat. This is real quick.
He's no longer the chief authority in the world.
Exactly.
That's what white supremacy was. Christianity.
Yep.
Whatever he said was facts. Don't question it.
Exactly.
I said everything was made randomly, a big bang.
Yeah.
Really, but when I look around, all I see is order. All I see is intelligent design.
Yeah.
Everything is made in twos. The
Yeah.
Bible tells me that. There's hot, there's cold, night, day, up, down, left, right. Everything is in order. But you telling me it was all random,
And he can't.
It randomly exploded into order. Come on, son.
This is to back up the brother.
It's all pseudoscience.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with the whole pandemic, we were talking about it earlier. These dummies went and got jabbed up and boosters and boosters and boosters. Come to find out, Dr. Fauci lied.
Yep.
He made all that crap up, man.
Yep.
Oh, 6 foot apart. He made all that shit up, and nothing came of it.
Nothing.
A lot of lawyers, a lot of doctors lost their jobs, lost their medical practices for trying to expose the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the outcry? Nobody cares. You got remember being medically injured? That was a conspiracy. That was fake news.
Yeah.
Come to find out, it does cause congenital heart failure.
Yeah. Nervous system issues. You had a plethora of nurses come out.
You had more people in the
Doctors.
morgue showing you the autopsies, showing you the plaque that was in the lungs and shit.
They took that off of YouTube.
Oh yeah. Video. Brother's whole pages were deleted.
Yeah.
Man. Medical misinformation.
You damn right. They got that quick.
Yeah, they was wearing 2 masks. They were driving around with masks. They're the only one in the goddamn car. You thought you were scared you're gonna lose your job, huh? Scared you're gonna get kicked out of the military. We ain't take that shit. We ain't lose our jobs. We still here. We ain't dropped dead.
Oh man.
And what happened to all them people that lost their jobs, got kicked out of the military? They got reinstated with back pay.
With back pay. Yep.
But hey, this is that faithless generation. They don't have faith in God. They have faith in man. Moreover, they have faith in a white man.
That's
Because he's their God.
Yep. This is Isaiah 10 and 20. It reads, and it shall come to pass that, Salakia, it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob.
Escape from what? This devil.
Mm-hmm.
Because contrary to popular belief, when Yahushua returns, it ain't going to be no great rapture. Everybody ain't going to get delivered. It ain't going to be like the first deliverance out of Egypt. Everybody ain't making it on this go-around. The Lord is only looking for the remnant, the elect. That's all throughout the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is looking for a remnant.
A righteous remnant.
2/3 of Israel going to die here in America. Because they're the same ones that said, crucify Yahushua and give us Barabbas. Mm-hmm. Let the sins fall upon us and our children. So they're back in the reincarnation to eat their words.
Mm-hmm. It says, It says,
Read that again from the top.
Isaiah
Baba Kashaf.
10 and 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel
The remnant. Go ahead.
and such as are
Another word
escaped,
for remnant would be the elect, the chosen.
Khan, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob,
Escape from what? All this hell that's about to be unleashed on the earth. Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Daniel 12 and 1, a time like never before. It's being unleashed as we speak. Race wars, class wars, famine, martial law, civil unrest. You see it. America's a big powder keg. Not just the whole world's a powder keg. And it's about to explode. Unemployment is through the roof. Inflation is through the roof. You're heading into hyperinflation. Losing your goddamn jobs. I thought Trump was going to bring the jobs back. I thought he was going to bring manufacturing back to America. Don't look like it.
Oh man. It says,
You got more and more wars getting started.
yeah,
He about to go wage war in Venezuela.
yeah, yeah. More and more sedition and civil unrest.
These terrorists kicking your ass. The supply chain is disrupted. I ain't never thought I'd see trucking slow up, man. Truckers losing their jobs, man. The port's empty. Ain't nobody talking about that, though. Shelves are empty. We always talk about that. Shrinkflation, inflation. Now you got stagflation. What's stagflation, Doc? You know?
It's
I tell you, it's inflation plus stagnant wages. Everything going up but your pay. You get a little 25-cent raise every year. What the hell you gonna do with that, man? Your utilities through the roof, your insurance through the roof, your HOA through the roof, your mortgage through the roof, property taxes, everything going up but your pay. Groceries going up, but wages are stagnant. That's called stagflation. You go to the grocery store, you see shrinkflation. All these words, all these bullshit-ass words for what? A failing economy. We always talk about you go to the grocery shelves. I was taught to grab the shit from the back because at the back of the shelves was the newer stuff, and they shuffle it around.
yeah,
Now you go to the grocery store, ain't nothing in the back of the shelves.
nothing in the back.
You go to the meat aisle, the shit is thin. Because they trying to bamboozle the people so the people don't panic. But ain't nobody paying attention. Or their mouth is closed.
Yeah,
They just mumble to themselves behind closed doors. Complain about their damn their damn manager and shit. You know?
it says, and it shall come to pass in that day
And
that
we in that day. If nobody told you, we in the last days of the last days. The last days started when Yahushua came on the scene. And that was over 2,500 years ago. So we at the end of the end. We at the very last days, man. And Yahushua told us the signs of his coming. Uproars of the people, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. It's in Matthew 24, it's in Mark 13, Luke 21. It's in Ezra, it's all throughout the scriptures.
Yeah.
Because the disciples asked him, what shall be the sign of thy coming? Tell us. And what did the Lord? The Lord spoke to them in parables. Why did the Lord speak in parables?
because it wasn't meant for everybody. It wasn't meant for everybody.
He that have eyes to see
Yep.
and ears to hear.
Yep.
It ain't because the Lord don't want to save everybody. Not this time.
Hey, the ultimate sign of the end are the prophets, man.
Con.
Plain and simple. This is
Because remember, the book was sealed.
Yep. Yep. Con.
How long Christianity been around? How long the Roman Catholic Church been around? Calvinism, Lutheranism, Baptist. You know?
Yep.
Wasn't nothing changing. All of a sudden, the men of the Lord on the scene, the society collapsing quickly. Because that's what the Lord said. This
Yeah.
gospel shall be preached to the four. This gospel shall be preached to the world, then the end shall come.
Yep.
This word has gone out. You all heard about the Black Messiah. You know about the Hebrew Israelites. Your brothers, your co-workers, your aunts, your cousins. You know somebody that's an Israelite, and you scoff when you scorn. You ridicule, you mock, you gainsay, you naysay. We'll see who's right in the end,
Yeah.
and we at the end.
This
Hey,
is
each year they say they got a New Year's resolution. This gonna be my year. They said that in
2024,
every year.
23.
I'm gonna get to the bag this year. You know?
Every year after 2020,
Every year
after the
get worse and
pandemic,
worse.
It get worse and worse. Real quick, this is Sir Isaac Newton, a quote. It says, "About the times of the end, a body of men will be raised up, who will turn their attention to the prophecies."
Because that's why the Bible is the #1 selling book. Because the Bible is the only book in the world that contains prophecies.
Yep.
What does it mean to prophesy? To say something before it happens. And guess what? God declared the end from the beginning. He told us of these things. Within the Bible, there's prophecies that have come to pass already. There's prophecies that are coming to pass as we speak. And there's a handful of prophecies that are left to play out.
Facts.
So knowing that, why wouldn't you believe the Bible? If everything else came to pass, if everything else is coming to pass as we speak, why wouldn't you believe the handful of prophecies left? Oh, you believe, but you think it ain't gonna happen in your lifetime. You think you're gonna be dead and gone. Oh, it's gonna happen in my grandkids' lifetime. My great-grandkids. I'm gonna be dead and gone. You wrong. It's happening now.
It says, "And insist upon their literal interpretation."
The Lord said, the second woe passed, the third woe cometh quickly. The prophets saw the destruction of America. And they described it how they could at that time. John the Revelator saw it, Isaiah saw it, Daniel saw it, Jeremiah saw it. That lake of fire, what's the lake of fire? It ain't hell, it ain't a place that you're gonna burn forever. That's unrighteous, that don't make no goddamn sense. How can you go somewhere and be tormented forever? And there's a man with a pit, that don't make no goddamn sense. That's Esau's lie, it's called Christian dogma. The lake of fire is America.
Yep.
America's gonna be nuked by intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's what they showed you in the Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston when he went to the Forbidden Zone. He saw America on fire, became a desert. And what did it? Nukes,
Yeah.
missiles.
You won't like what you're gonna see.
And now is that time.
It says,
All the nations are being gathered in the Middle East, Western Asia, the Levant. For what? The Valley of Decision, Jehoshaphat, for the Battle of Armageddon, mountain of troops. The nations are being gathered as we speak.
facts.
Go ahead.
It says, "And insist upon their literal interpretation in the midst."
Literal, because in the Bible there's allegories, there's similes. You know,
Dark
They're
saying.
deep, dark sayings. That's what it tells you. Lamentations and woes.
Yep.
In order to understand, because the Bible is codified, because we behind enemy's lines. People don't understand the Bible is a historical record. It's a historical account. It's family records, man. All these nations, all these people pick up the Bible and take hold of it when it ain't your goddamn book. It ain't your letters, man. A lot of the New Testament are letters Paul wrote to the body, man, to the church, the body of believers. Personal letters, man. They even start out dedicated, brethren. You know,
To the 12 tribes scattered abroad.
12 tribes scattered all throughout the Bible. What you see is ownership.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Brotherly
again,
love.
in order for you to understand the Bible, the Spirit got to be with you. You got to be guided, because the Bible is codified. If it wasn't codified, this devil would have burnt all the Bibles. You saw what he did in slavery. If he caught you reading, he'd gouge your eyes out. God forbid he caught you reading the Bible, he'd put you to death.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why did he give you a slave Bible? Why did he give you a Bible that omitted verses? Why are there all these goddamn different translations? Because he's trying to hide the truth.
And you
Why
know,
they call Harriet Tubman Moses?
Yeah.
Why did Nat Turner revolt?
If you want to hide anything from her, you know what? Put it in a book.
Yeah, niggas don't read.
Yep. Don't read.
Niggas are all about being entertained. Folly.
Yep.
Especially in this day and age. Their dopamines are dumb, you know?
Yeah.
Their attention span is gone, man.
They got to get that next fix.
That quick microwave.
It says, "In the midst of much clamor and opposition." So the prophets are going to prophesy doing what they do in the midst of much clamor and much opposition.
And more people are coming to the realization that the Bible is true.
Yep. So it says, Isaiah chapter 10 and I'll finish out verse 20. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel,
144.
call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, the remnant of Israel and such as
The remnant of
escape,
who?
the remnant of
The
Israel,
remnant of everybody.
the remnant of
The
Israel,
remnant of whosoever.
the remnant of
The
Israel,
remnant of all nations.
the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob.
He said he had to reiterate. He said it twice.
Twice.
And you know Jacob and Israel is synonymous.
Yep.
Jacob's name was changed to Israel after he wrestled the angels. We're the descendants of Jacob. The white man descends from Esau. We all come from Isaac, right? Well, we all come from Noah, one of Noah's sons, Ham, Shem, or Japheth. We come from Shem, right? Moreover, we come from Isaac and then Jacob. The so-called white man comes from Isaac and then Esau. He's a red Hebrew Edomite.
Yeah.
We are Hebrew Israelites.
Khan. It says of the house of Jacob.
Oh, and Revelation 12 and 12 tells you this devil is coming down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. It started with the northern kingdom. It started with the so-called Latinos and Hispanics. He was coming down with great wrath, with ice. Ain't nobody give a damn. Jake was laughing. Now
Right.
look at you. The troops going to Chicago, the troops going to Memphis. You know?
Yep.
Oh, DEI.
Yeah.
Who being fired? A lot of black women being fired behind DEI, because
lot.
that's who have them good cushy government jobs.
Yep.
So this devil coming out with great wrath, and not just on Jake, but the whole world.
It says, shall no more stay upon him that smote them.
That's this devil.
When you go into that word stay, it goes
Stay
into
means to trust,
the
man.
Hebrew word sha'an, and it means to trust in, to lean on, or to support.
That made me think about trust on that broken staff, Pharaoh.
Exactly. And the people are no more trusting in this pseudoscience and believing the so-called self-proclaimed white man word to be fact.
Or his system.
Of course, they're looking things up. They're doing their research. Okay.
It was a time when you get a job and you could just retire and shit. Go work 20, 30 years and retire. That's long and gone, bro.
Yep.
You might not even have a pension by the time you're done, man.
A pension? What is
Your
that?
401k being Madoff, Bernie Madoff.
Trump. Hey,
Yo, this man
the insider trading.
This man is such a devil. You got people about to retire like at 30. This man firing you at 28. This man's a demon, man. He got you training your replacement. Oh, I forgot about AI. AI taking a lot of the jobs, man.
Yeah, taking a lot of the jobs. It says,
And it's beautiful, because it's all prophetic.
it says, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
That's who we trust in. We don't trust in man. We
Yep.
trust in God. And we walk by faith, not by sight. Go ahead.
The Holy One of Israel.
That's what the word faith.
And truth.
Faith. The word faith means trust. You trust in the Heavenly Father and His Son.
The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power.
And that's what we out here doing. We fishing for the remnant of Israel, as we were commanded. And
then,
what are we using as bait? This word. That's the bait. If this word resonates with your soul.
Khan.
The Lord said, lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions, whether they hear or forbear. Whether you listen or not, that's to your own detriment. That got nothing to do with us. The blood is off our hands.
Completely.
Homie Ezekiel 9 and 4, Baba Kashah.
Khan. This is Ezekiel.
Probably started like, let me see, either 3 or 4.
Khan. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse.
Get the part with the inkhorn. I think it's either 3 or 4. Probably 3.
Yeah, I think it's.
Writer's inkhorn.
Yeah, it starts at 3.
Go ahead. So start at 3, Baba Kashah.
It says, Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 3. And the glory of power of Salakia, and the glory of the power of Israel was gone up from the cherub.
See, that's what people don't understand. The power of the creator of the universe, God, because that's what God means. God means power. When you look it up in the Hebrew, it says Allah. Allah means power. But God has a name. His name is Yahweh in the ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, Lashawan Quadash. Yahweh means he is, he to be. He's all around us. And his only begotten son's name is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. We know his name couldn't have been Jesus because there were no J's when our Lord was on the scene.
Yep.
Matter of fact, if you look at an old Bible, it'll say Jesus. It won't even say Jesus. So what was his name? His name was Yahushai because he spoke Hebrew. That's in Acts. That's what he spoke to Paul in, the Hebrew tongue. He knocked Paul off Saul, whose name was changed to Paul. He knocked him off the horse and he spoke to him in the Hebrew tongue. It tells you that in Acts.
Fact.
So in the Hebrew, so-called Jesus' name is Yahushai because there were no J's, there were no E's. The letter J came about in 1524. Those are Renaissance letters, man. So the Heavenly Father, who you call God, his name is Yahweh, which means he is, he to be. That's what he told Moses in Exodus. He said, I am that I am. Because Moses inquired about, when I go to the children of Israel, they're going to ask me who sent me. And God said, tell them I am that I am. Right? But we can't say I am because we're not him. So he said, moreover, tell them he is, he to be, which is Yahweh. So Yahweh is the name of God, and his only begotten son's name is Yahushai. Yahushai means he saves, he delivers. It tells you that in Matthew chapter 1. You know? Matter of fact, hold me, Matthew 1, Baba Gashah. You know what I want. Henceforth call his name Emmanuel, for he shall save his people. I don't know what Bible these people be reading. I don't know what they read when they read the Bible, man. They must not read it for understanding. They must not use critical thinking.
Hey, that they definitely don't. This is Matthew chapter 1 and verse.
And when I say only begotten son, what do I mean by that? God is a boss. He's the boss of bosses. He's the creator of the universe. And guess what? God only did one task, one thing. What was that? He created Yahushai, the first spirit. Because he's a boss. He delegates tasks. So in the beginning, God made Yahushai. And then Yahushai made everything else with the Alahims. It tells you that in Genesis chapter 1. The powers. God made Yahushai. Yahushai made the angels, and they made everything else along with Yahushai according to the blueprint of Yahweh, God. That's what a boss does. He delegates tasks. Go ahead.
It says,
because what did it say? Yahushai is the word made manifest. What word? God's word. Two different spirits, two different entities on one accord. You read it? Got it?
This is Matthew chapter 1 and straight to the point in 23.
And she shall bring forth a son.
Behold, a virgin shall be with child.
And the word virgin, because a lot of people got a misconception about the Messiah. They think, Mary got pregnant by angels. That's some folly, man. That's some madness. That's, again, Christian dogma. Esau's lies. You read the Bible, Yahushai told you angels don't have sex. He said they don't marry, man. So how the hell can Mary be immaculate conception? That don't make no goddamn sense.
None.
Joseph was an upright man. He kept the laws and he feared God. So you know what would have happened to Mary if he found out that bullshit? He would have put her ass to death. Virgin is a woman of marriageable age, a young woman. Joseph was an older man. He was established. He was a carpenter, much older than Mary, and Mary was a young woman, a damsel, probably around 15, 16 years old. Read that again.
It says,
and in order to understand it, you got to go to the root words. If you go to, because the Bible was translated from Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. So you got to go to the root words. How do you go to the root words? You go to the Strong's Concordance. It tells you the Hebrew word. And the word there is going to be Bathwala. A young woman, a damsel, a young woman of marriageable age.
Facts.
Go ahead.
It says,
And matter of fact, the same thing happened to Yahushai's cousin, which is John the Baptist. The Holy Spirit came upon his mother.
yeah. It tells you in the Apocrypha, no other king entered into the world no other way.
But John the Baptist had the Holy Spirit on him too.
Yeah. It says, Matthew 1:23, behold.
See, Esau Christianity tells you a whole bunch of lies, man. They tell you God loves everybody. That ain't nowhere in the Bible, man. They tell you God is good all the time. If God is good all the time, why do bad things happen? Why do little babies be born when they are stillborn? Why do little babies be born with their hearts outside of their body, outside of their chest? Why do bad things happen if God is good all the time? Oh, my bad, I forgot. That's Satan, right? Satan rebelled against God and all this shit, right? Then God wouldn't be a God. God is omnipotent, all-knowing, all-powerful. That's what a God is. Satan is in order. When you read Job chapter 1, it tells you that. I ain't even going. Christianity is nothing but white supremacy and lies, man. Dogma.
Facts.
The Roman Catholic Church, bullshit, lies. Who told you to pray to the Virgin Mary? Who told you that?
Yeah.
Who told you to do some Hail Marys, Our Father and all this bullshit? Who told you to worship angels? You go to these Roman Catholic houses, they got candles for saint this, and saint that. Oh, they want to make Charlie Jerk a saint. The Pope said that.
Yeah.
He want to make Charlie Jerk a saint.
Oh, man.
When his claim to fame is arguing college kids, debating college kids.
I think I was reading a story. They just made the first AI preacher or a pope or something of that nature. I can't even really think of the story. It's a bunch of nonsense. But they just made an AI, an official, not pope, but a preacher or something of that nature. It was like breaking news. It says
Matthew 1 and
behold, 1 and 23. Behold,
means look.
a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is power with us, or God with us.
That's what Emmanuel means. Go ahead.
It says, then Joseph, being raised from sleep, did as the angel of the Lord had bid him, and took unto him his wife, and knew her not till she had brought forth her firstborn son.
That's the same thing that happened in Genesis with Adam and Eve. It tells you that Adam knew Eve. Knew means he laid with her.
Laid with her,
because
yep.
sex is marriage. I don't think you got the point though.
Yeah, you said you wanted the point was Emmanuel.
He shall save his people. That's in Matthew 1, I believe.
Oh, 1 and 21. Salakia. It says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushai, for he shall save his people.
So again, that's what Yahushai means. Yahweh means he is, he to be. Yahushai means he saves, he delivers. And he's coming to save and deliver his people. From who? Their enemies. Read that again.
It says, Matthew 1 and 21. And she shall bring forth a son.
Slaki, you can tell they just came from church.
That's what it looks like.
But
fresh off of church.
Not going to debate their cause, though, are they? Just sat there quietly.
Tell me about it.
Took it in. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And then Grandmama said, enough is enough. I heard enough. I talked about my sweet baby Jesus.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy. So it says,
and we read in the Bible, they don't even say a hi or nothing. A good morning, no good afternoon.
They don't want no smoke.
That's why 2/3 gonna die here, man.
They don't want no smoke.
And we don't feel sorry. Fuck the 2/3, man.
Exactly. It says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushai, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we're the only one that can sin, because we're the only ones that were given the law. Because Yahushua is coming to bring remission from sins. We entered the contract with Moses.
Yep.
When he came down from Mount Sinai. The first contract, the first covenant, that's what the covenant is, a contract. The first contract was that we'd keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And if we didn't, we would die. And we weren't able to keep the laws perfectly because we're in this sinful flesh. So a more better promise came, as it is written, which is Yahushua. Now we're saved by grace and faith. And we show our faith by our works. You know? And we're waiting on the new covenant. The laws, statutes, and commandments to be put in our inward parts, man. Yahweh is going to take away this stony heart and give us a fleshy heart. That's why the commandments were written on stone. It represented our minds, our hearts, our spirit. You know, hard-headed. The sin of Judah is written with the pen of a diamond pen, right?
Yeah, a diamond pen.
Where this is our people's heads are adamant, hard-headed, stiff-necked, impudent.
They go any other way, man.
But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to change change the remnant, the elect of Israel. In the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, we're going to be changed. We're going to put off this mortal body and put on immortality. We're going to get the laws downloaded into our spirit, if you may. We're going to be perfect like the angels. But we're going to be better than the angels because we're going to be in extraterrestrial bodies. We're going to have all the pleasures of mortal bodies, man. We're going to eat. We're going to have sex, you know? Piss, take shits, you know?
Superman.
Taking a good piss feel good, right? You've been holding, you know?
Been holding it for a while.
We're going to have all those mortal, you know? But we're going to be extraterrestrial. We're going to be, we're not going to die no more because that's what sin breeds. The transgression of the law brings death. The wages of sin are death. Sin is transgression of the law, you know? We're going to have spiritual power. We're going to be perfect, you know? And that's what we're waiting for, our change all the day long. My bad.
No, you good.
I was going in because they was over here, bro.
Yeah, I already knew. Giving them a earful of the truth. But real quick,
spirit kind of changed, you know.
I botched the story that I was talking about. But real quick, it says Albania's government debuts its AI minister to parliament. So this gonna be another trap and a snare for our people, man. Them using AI technology to convince you of what's perceived to be right or wrong. Okay, you already have like Scientology and these other different religions, these different idols, and this generation, this GMO generation, they love technology, they love AI, and you people are addicted to it. So that's just another trap and snare that the Heavenly Father is going to bring about, man.
Yeah, that's what Esau's building, a technocracy. That's it.
All right.
Unless you had whatever you got, bro.
Let me see if I had something to end it on.
So, like I said, the spirit changed. You had some young Jake with his grandmama come by, so I wanted them. They came and sat down, so I wanted them to have a little earful, be edified, you know, spiritually. Whether they hear or forbear, that's on them. They were marked. You didn't finish Ezekiel 9. Yeah, go Baba Kashan. I wanted it at camp last week too. It never came out. 9 and 4. 9 and 3.
It says, and the glory.
You could speak on it and wrap it up.
It says, and the glory.
Go down to like 6. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. It says, and the glory of the power of Yasharallah was going up to the cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
So this is going into the day of judgment, the day of harvest. The threshold is where Yahushua is coming in to put in the sickle. The harvest is ripe. And what is he? He's going to separate the wheat from the tares, the sheep from the goat, you know? The elect from the non-elect, you know? Coming to separate. Go ahead. You speak on it, man.
It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, we're a people before a place. And the bulk of us are in the Americas. All 12 tribes are in the Americas. We're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Some of us even look like some of the heathen nations, but our our lineage according to our patriarchal, our lineage according to our father go back to Jacob. All right, we may look like some of the heathen nations: Esau, Edom, Japheth, Moab, Ham, all this stuff, Ishmael, whatever. But if your seed goes back to one of the 12 tribes of Jacob, one of the sons, you're an Israelite, no matter what you look like. But again, the bulk of us, the bulk of Yasharallah are in the Americas, northern and southern kingdom. We're all here in the land of the north.
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that's the men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, man. That's what we do week in and week out. And, you know, video epistles, so forth and so on. Sighing and crying, man. Hey, we're testifying, okay? We're a part of that jury, okay? We're bringing up all the charges against Esau, man. It says
that word mark is a spiritual mark, unlike the mark in Revelation 13 and 16, which is a physical mark. That word there is thawa, which is a spiritual mark, which means exempt from judgment. It's not a 666 in our foreheads or 777 or Shield of David in our forehead. It's a spiritual mark, which means exempt from judgment. And in Revelation 13 and 16, that's a physical mark, charagma. It's going to be a thing inserted in the right hand, your left hand, or your forehead. And that thing is an RFID microchip. You're not going to be able to buy or sell save he that had that mark. Go ahead.
And to the others,
read that again.
It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
And he's telling the angel to do that. Because the men of the Lord are all throughout the four corners of the earth, and a whole heap of us, a plethora of us are in America, Babylon the Great, all 50 states. You got brothers in Hawaii, you got brothers in Alaska, Florida, the Cali, the New York, and all in between, right? And week in and week out, we come out here and we prophesy. We warn you. We lift up that banner upon the high mountain. We shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble. We tell you off. We tell you of your judgment. We tell you to repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. We try to bid you to the marriage. We're out here fishing. We're heralding in our king, which is Yahushua HaMashiach, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. And what does it mean to herald in? Before the king comes, there's usually a troop that goes before him with the banners, you know, announcing his presence, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, almost like a welcoming party.
That's exactly what we're doing. And how are we welcoming him? By putting Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai in remembrance. Again, sighing and crying for all the abominations done in the midst thereof. We're pleading with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to bring righteousness in the earth. As it is in heaven, let it so be done on earth.
Con. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
All the rape, robbery, deceit, all the atrocities, man, committed by all these nations, man. And 2/3 of Israel. Go ahead.
Con.
All the idolatry, witchcraft, disobedience, insolence.
And to the others he said, in mine anger, in my hearing.
Read that again.
And to the others he said, in my hearing.
Because the Lord is in the midst of us. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am in the midst. And the angels of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. So, and the angels of the Lord, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. What are the eyes of the Lord? The eyes of the Lord are the angels. So the angels are giving account, keeping account, documenting everything. Go ahead.
It says, go ye after him through the city.
Go and to the what?
Salakia. And to the others he said,
the ones of you that don't want to take heed, you gainsayers, you naysayers, you scoffers, you scorners.
In my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
So the angels are marking the remnant, the elect, the believers, the body of believers for salvation, to be exempt, because that's what it means to be, salvation means to be saved from what? Destruction, tribulation. So the remnant is being marked with the spiritual mark so that they'll be exempt from all the hell that's about to take place upon the earth. And the others, the rest of you, the ones of you that don't want to believe, the ones of you that don't want to repent, turn back to your power, the angels are marking you also. But this mark is for destruction. Go ahead.
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young.
That's what's coming to the earth. A great culling like never before. Indiscriminately. The Lord gonna get busy. He gonna send the death angels out, just as he has in the past. And they gonna kill old people, they gonna kill young people, they gonna kill men, they gonna kill women, indiscriminately. All you unbelievers, your whole household is gonna be eradicated.
Both
One calamity after another. And if you're super wicked, you're gonna preserve for a goddamn missile sandwich. Go ahead.
both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and began, and it says, and began at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men.
Judgment gonna start with us.
Yep.
The ones that know this truth, that have this word, but are dealing deceitfully, adding and taking away from the scriptures, false prophets, lying on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, teaching for pay,
Yep.
filthy lucre, as it is written, gain, monetary gains, whatever,
Facts. Then
the only teachers that are gonna make it are the ones that are teaching in sincerity and truth. Adawan Ratazah, we be up that number.
Then they began at the ancient men. Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house.
Creflo dollars, TD snakes, so on and so forth. Farrakhan,
Yeah.
Jesse Snakeson.
All of them.
Anyway, that's the point. We're gonna wrap it up. We went over.
Khan.
So, Adawan Ratazah, this was edifying, exhorting, and comforting to the elect. And again, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to our power.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash.
Shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. Shalom to the few sincere Akwaf that are out there listening and learning as well. Wa, Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharallah.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom.